Hello friends, now today I am going to discuss just Python's one basic library like a NumPy, and I have already discussed some basics like how do we check a version of NumPy and how do we create a tuple dictionary list and convert into the variables one variable to the other variables. We can check like a size, shapes and other things. But NumPy we are using a it's important to create some data structures and data types. So just today I am starting here data types. So it's a data types with a NumPy. So it's a data types. So it's a data types of a Numpy array means first I create a Numpy array like a let's create here numpy np. So first we need to the input numpy as a np. So it's a num numpy as np input numpy as a np. Then we create here just I am creating here like one of the array, and it's a name of this. It's a connecting text some few minutes because yeah. So np dot now np as alias like array, and it's a parenthesis inside of this list like a to create name of the fruits like a mango, and second it's a this is the mango time, so I'm writing here the mango, it's not a, and banana like a it's a n. Now next you can write here apple, and always we can write the name of the syntax inside of the quotation. It's a very important. Let's see, I have created like a name of these three foods, and it has been created. We can see here the data types like a u6, sometimes you can see also like a u10. So here it represent like a unicode. These symbols represent like a some bytes like here. So let's the if I write here like a a7 is a one variable, and now I am writing here as it is. So this means just I am converting as a numpy array as with the variables like just it's a good for. And now I want to the print here a7. There is no need to the write anything more. So let's the a7. Now I want to check here the types of this. So let's check here. It's a type, and then I can write a7. It's like here, and it has been. You can see here the numpy. It's a type like a nd array. But if I want to type here the sum a specific, it's a first letter. So let's go in the here, and it's a 0 because Python this will start from the 0 1 indexing and 2. So I want to see here indexing like a 0, so we can see the string. It's a string value. So I hope it's clear. So now the creating an array with like some more functions like a linspace functions. Let's see like a np dot linspace. So we will discuss in the more detail because we are using most of the time like a linear algebra. Linear it means that it can express like a in the form of linear bonds with respect to the elements of the set A. That is where element set A x1 x2 x3 till xn, these are the multiples, and added the some constant term like a a1 and other things, and it's forming like a a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 and others. So there are so many expressions, so like combinations of variables like expressions, this is called a linear combinations, and we can represent like a linear graph. So there are number of linear relationships we will see. So let's first we try to create, how do we create like a linear space. So creating an array with a linear space functions. So let's see here, we are going to create here array with a linear space. So linspace and linear space. So let's see np dot linear space. It's a linear space, and I want to start like a linear space from the 1 to 12, and it's just there is some specific differences like a 3. So we can see here linear space has been created, and its a differences from the 1, then 6.5, and it's a 12. So there are 3 linear space has been created. If you want to the more like a 7, 10, 100, it's also possible. Yeah, it will take automatically, so we can also create like a 100. It doesn't matter, but I want to take here the like a minus 12, which I want to create like this. It's a minus 12 to 1 is a linear line. It's like this. Okay, so this is a way we can easily create negative. So here I am creating like the 100 numbers between the minus 12 to 12. So it's a good, and it's a way to try NumPy. So creating an array with a NumPy like these we have already studied in the middle high school, like how do we create like a zeros array and ones array. So the NumPy, within NumPy we can create here np dot zeros. It's a zeros, and it should be like a 5, 6, 7, 800. And similarly, if you write the ones also, you can write like a ones. Yeah, ones, O-N-E-S. It's a ones. So look like here, it's a row and it's a columns. So you can see here it's a 1 row and it's a 3. So be careful here. So similarly, I want to create like a multi-dimensional array. So multi-dimensional array in this means it refers to an array 2 and more dimensions. It can be made in the form of a list in the list. So let's A8 has been created one of the variable like and first we write here the one list, and I create the another list. I am writing the some name of these elements like this. It's a another list, it's a comma. I am putting here the list here, and we will start here like a 4, 5, 6, and now I am going to create another list like a after 6. I am going to creating here like the 7, 8, it's 9. So these are the A7, and now let's print it A7. It's a right here. It has been created like this. And but I want to see here look like I want to print like the first letter. So this is the indexing process. Indexing, so let's A7 first. I write there A7. It's a name of this variable, and it's a list should be 0. So we are talking about the zeroth of the zeroth element. It's a zeroth list, and it's a zeroth element of in this list. So we write here like a 0. So we can see. Similarly, if you want to write a zeroth of element like it's a 0, 1 and 2. So it look here. Now if you are writing like a zeroth list, it's the name of the list, so we have printed. But if you write here like a enhance of the 0 like a 1, so we can see here it's a 1 and 1 means we are talking about like a one's list and one elements like this. So it's a 1 means it's a 5, and if I write the 1 and 0, so we can see here it's a 0 means 4th. So it's a 1th, we are talking the 1th list, and it's a 0th positions. Similarly, if you write here like a 2 and it's 2, so let's see, it's a 2 2 means we are talking about like a 9. This one is the 0 1 2 list, and element of the in this list like a 0 1 2. So this is the way we can create array. So it's a without numpy we have created this list, but I want to create this list with the numpy. So your structure, let's see here. So we need to write here np dot array, and I have created a list like a A7. So we can, yeah, now let's see what it has been printed like this way. And similarly, just I am going to create in the another like it's a 2D, and similarly the like if I write here L, it's a A8 should be equal to NP, because I am converting as a variable dot array, and it's a parenthesis and I copy it. Oh shit, it's not, I'm not going to the right there, so I want to write here only inside of this A7. It's a A7. Okay, so I am getting a problem. So what is this? It's a A7 has been, what is this? Check it. It's a 1 brackets, not a 2 brackets. So let's see, and now I want to print here A8 look like this, and it's alright. So it has been printed like this. It's similar to previous, so don't worry. So the first elements in the list is also the list. So it's the first element in the, that is the one list, and another is the another. So it's a 2 dimensions array. This is called a 2 dimensions array, so don't worry. Similarly, it's a, you want to check here like a dimension, so you need to write here A8 dot endim. It's a n dimensions, so you can check here, you have got it here. Then let's check the 1 dimensions array is also, so we will we have already discussed these things, so don't worry. Next, we will also make a 3 dimensions array. So how do we make a 3 dimensions? Like it's a np dot array, and let's create inside of this parenthesis like it's a one list, and I am going to write here the another list. So it's a one list and you are writing the another list, and then we can create the one more list like this. So it's a has been created like a it's a 3, and we can put here 1 comma 2, it's a 1 value, and another list I write here like a comma, and list should be 3 comma it's a 4. And let's go the second value, it's has been created, and now both has been closed inside of this list. So let's see, it's a double, and now again comma, let's create the one list and one more list, and we can create like this is a 4 and 5, it's a comma 4 and 5. Now again we can create a list in the 6 and 7, 6 comma which is 7. So this is a way to we can create a like a 3 dimensions. And same I want to convert into the like a variables, so it's a possible to we can easily convert into the variable like this. It's a 9 should be equal to, and I want to print like a9. So we can see here, so it has been converting as a variable. Now I would like to check LD, means like a dimensions of array. So I want to check it like a9 dot ndim means n dimensions, so you can see like that. But now we can see here 3 dimensions I have already printed, but I want to check like indexing of this one. So a9, it's a a9, and like a first indexing like a 0, and then other like a indexing like it's a 0, and next indexing like a 0. So let's see, we are talking about like it's a 1, so indexing like a 0th list, and another is the 0th second list, and it's the 0th elements like a 1. So when extracting the 3 dimensions value, it's easier to think as a method of like approaching step by steps. It's a good. So if creating a 2 dimension shape like it's using np.zeros, so let's see, just I have already created it's you can, if you I want to change like a shape like creating a 2 dimensions, so let's see np dot zeros, just I have already created, but I want to create like a 2 rows and 3 columns, so I need to write this way. So it's designated as a 2 rows and 3 columns in the for as a tuple, but it's not a zero zeros. So what is your problem? It's okay. So let's go here, one more and one more. Yes, it has been created. Similarly, when we create like an element with a normally like a float way, so it's a float way, we can see here like as a variable most of the time I see here. So a and 10 should be equal to, and now I want to print a10, and you can see here, and I can also check it like a it's a float. So if it is created like a different type and designated like a parameter name using a like a data type, so it is also possible to we can create here like I want to create here a data type. So let's I am writing here d type uh, no it's not okay. I am putting here and comma dty, it's a d type will equal to like integer 64. Look here, so it's a has been created like a only a integers. And similarly, just if I write here type err like excuse me, it's not a10, and one list has been created like a 0, another list has been created, excuse me, okay, that's a 0. So we can see it's a type of this list is like a integer 60, numpy integer 64. So we can also use like a as type method if you want to change the type to a float. So let's just I am going to write here like this, it's a a7, okay, it's a name of these variables, and dot if I am putting as type, and I want to put here like a float 32. So float, and it's a 32, just I have already discussed. So you can see, but I haven't gotten what is the problem. Okay, sorry for the a7, not it's a I have should write the a7 as type float. Yeah, it has been created like a float with that. So is it possible also we can print here according to your requirement. So there are multiple properties like a numpy array, and we can we try to explain like each type of the property. So let the some property like so there are the some specific methods. So we can check here the shape, size, and endims. So like if I write here in a10 and dot shape, and let's check it, it's a n shape, you can check here 2 and 3 means 2 rows and 3 columns. If I check here a10 like a dot size, and it's a we can also like a check here. So it's a easy and to understand, it's a size like a total number of the elements we can see here, it's a separate size. But it should be noted that the one dimensions array like a tuple return the number of the elements, tuple returns like a creator, we have already created a1 should be like np dot array, and like this, and 2 comma 5 comma 1 comma it's a 3, and just it has been printed a1 dot shape, like a a1 dot it's a shape. So we can see like this. So similarly, I want to the reshape the sum. How to reshape? So how to reshape means just there are not the single way. It's a multiple way we can reshape any array. So it's a like a, if a1 I have created like a np dot array orange, because I am using here, so it's orange. So or and orange, and now I want to create it's a 15 elements. So it has been printed like a1 like this, but it's a 15 is not included. Let's see the 15 elements, but because it's a start from the 0, so the total number of the elements is the 15, don't count as a this way. But I want to the reshape this element, so a2 dot reshape, and I want to create like a 3 comma 5. So it's possible, but we need to put here the one more parenthesis like this. One is the reshape, and if another is like a I am creating like a reshape. Okay, so RESHARESHAPE. So there are 15 elements, so A2 is not defined. Okay, just I have written here the A1 because I have created a A1 variable, so it's a good way. So A2 have, we can reshape the multiple way, not a single way. So it's a reshape, so when the shape of the object remains the same, and it should be assigned again create. So similarly, if you want to reshape, like you want to change the something, like if I want to create some random numbers, like data following the standard normal distributions. Most of the time we are creating a normal distributions in the statics, so average like a 0, standard deviation like 1, so it is generated most of the time I've seen the average 0 and standard deviation 1, it's generated at a random number. So it's the let's see help like a np dot random dot random. So let's how do we create a random number data. So let's write here is the data should be equal to np dot random, random dot random, it's a random dot random, and it's a 2 comma it's a 3. Let's see, it's a data has been created, but you want to see your data. So if you want to see here the data like this, so you can see here it has been created like a automatically 2 rows, and I want to and like I want to get it like a mean of this data. So it's a np dot mean here, numpy. So np dot mean and name of this variable like a data. So if you want to get a mean, median, it's a data, so it's possible we can get here. Similarly, if I want to like creating a data like with the 100 rows and 100 columns, so it is also possible. So if I want to create like 100 rows and 100 columns, so let's see, just I am going to change here like yeah, otherwise 200 rows and it's 300 columns, look like this, and it's possible we can, yeah, I have been created here, see this one, and I want to get here the mean is also, it's possible to we can get here the mean. So it is possible, it's a very easy way, and we can also convert like a other way. So many times, let's see, just suppose we are going to the comparing like a we are comparing Python's list array, list vs array. It's the processing speed, so it's really numpy is faster than, so it's the comparing the Python list and numpy array processing speeds, we can check, and we will see here the like 20 times faster than just I have already discussed in the beginning, because the result may be differ the each user systems for what we just saw on the screen. And world time also called like a world clock times, it's a sum of the entire time it takes for the program to run and include the CPU and other programs. So to summarize the vectorizations, once more, vectorizations is one of the biggest reason for using the NumPy. Vectorizations is a operation of placing a data without using loops or indexing. NumPy vectorization optimize the placement operation with a compiled C code by performing it out assigned for like so many examples. We will create a loop for calculating the weight and machine learning uses a NumPy vectorizations. So let's see, just I am going to the create here the one variable and added like one dimensions data and the rank of the first dimensions like I want to add the number of the elements here. So let's see, first just I have already created a should be equal to numpy dot array and just parenthesis, just we have created a list like a 1 2 3, it's 1 2 comma 3, and another array, just I want to add the some more elements in this array. So it's a possible, so it's I need to the create here, so a has been printed, so look like this, and another variable like I want to add the something, so I am creating like the b is the another variable like the np dot append methods append, and it should be start like a, and I want to add the some more elements, so we will create like a 4 comma 5 comma 6, and I want to the print here like a b. So is it possible to, just I am adding some elements, so is it possible to create the in single list? So yes, it's a possible. So numpy dot append, it's a method, so we can extend the numpy array by a like a numpy dot append method. It take like a list, and the plus operators cannot be used for this purpose. So when array has a orientation, you can specify the directions for a 2D array. The axis argument set 0 means vertical extension while one means horizontal extension. So NumPy append provides just a view. Change remains, the result should be assigned a variable. Next, just append method, you can also use here something. We create like a 2D array. So let's say A should be equal to the one list and another. So it's a 1 comma 2 and another comma like a 3 comma 4. It's a A. And B is the another list like a np.append A comma it's a 9 comma 9 and I want to print here like a B. So it has been like a printed like this. But let's see, just A has been already printed like a 1, 2, 3 and so it has been look like a one dimensions like only one list and it has been printed. But I want to write here like axis should be equal to 0 will equal to like a 0. So let's see, it has been printed like this. So axis should be 0 means you have created. So first we will see here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 9. So it's a one row and it's a like a some columns like a 6 column. But if I am writing here the axis, so it is converting automatically like a as a rows and column has been changed. So rows has been created, axis should be equal to 0 we can say. So axis should be 0 means a row. Similarly, if you write the axis should be equal to 1, so let's try it's here. It's a 1, what happened? Did you see? So it's not possible, so I am getting a problem. So it's a row, so what should we do? So I think it should right here like this. It has been the one list and now you put here the another list and then you put here the axis will equal to 1. So it has been created like a this means axis will equal to 1 means it has been 9 has been added in a columns. It's a column. So it has been created one more column. It has been created like a more rows. So I think it's a good way to understand, but I want to delete the some elements. So is it also possible we can delete the some elements? So let's if I want to like a B, it's a B and yeah, then just like this means np dot delete np dot it's a de yeah it's a delete np dot delete, and I want to like a b has a variable, so it's a comma, and I want to delete like a 0th positions. So let's check it. Yeah, so 0th positions means 1 has been deleted, so 2, 9, 3, 4, 9 we can see there. So it's a good to understand the delete the first elements, and similarly if you want to the delete like a first rows, so let's write here it's a comma, axis should be equal to like a 0. So it has been, look here, has been automatically it's removed. And if you want to write here like a 1, and here you want to write here like a it's a 1, so this means column should be has been deleted like this. It's a 1 9 and it's a 3 9, so 2 and 4 has been deleted. So these are the basic. I try to understand these things. Just it's not a difficult to, but only you need to the practice, need to the more practice. So next class I will try to learn like so many basic operations. So some unique features of the NumPy, like array operations is a data can be processed like collectively without using for a loop statement, and this is also called like, which is called a vectorizations. In this case the like arithmetic operations between the array and same size are applied in the each elements like a unit of the array. So there are so many reasons like a popular machine learning and deep learning libraries such as scikit-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch, and etc. were all made based on NumPy, scikit, TensorFlow, and PyTorch. So there are too many characteristics of the NumPy we have learned for, and it's a low level high performance library implemented in a C, support a fast memory effective multidimensional array in the array operations. So supports the various computational functions as a linear algebra, random numbers, generator, Fourier transformation, etc. So next time I will try to do. I hope can understand. So it helps the someone. Thank you very much.